Welcome to the Clenbat MMA Awards Show. This is the first time I'm doing this, guys, so I'm not going to lie. I wasn't exactly prepared for this. I saw other YouTubers doing it, and I wanted to jump right onto it. I was like, wow, what a fantastic idea. I got to get on this. So next year, work with me this time around. Next year, I want to get an actual suit going. I want to get some actual awards going. But for now, I'm just going to list off this stuff and talk about what I thought was the best for each category of the year. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for understanding. You have my word. 2024 will be better, guys. We're going to talk about these awards in just a second. Before we do, though, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's get started. I want to start off with Fighter of the Year. And to be honest with you guys, I don't see a lot of people talking about this. I know a lot of people are talking about Sean Strickland. Honestly, that's a very good pick. I won't argue if you have Sean Strickland, but to me, the Fighter of the Year, and I didn't really have to second guess it, to be honest with you, it's got to be Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen gets the Clenbat Award 100%. This guy, on February 25th, June 4th, and November 18th, all fought, and all had better performances than the next. He beat Andre Muniz, Bruno Silva, and Paul Craig. And each time we see this guy has put on such a quiet win streak in the middleweight division. I wholeheartedly believe he can beat the champion. I know they already fought, but I really do believe this guy is improving. He's getting better every single time we see him, and he's had 3 absolute standout performances this time around. Brendan Allen is on a roll, and he is my Fighter of the Year for 2023. Now, guys, let's talk about Fight of the Year 2023. It's been a little bit early on. There were some great fights this year, to be honest. There were some really good fights, but while I was sitting here and watching, no fight got me hyped, screaming, going crazy more than the back and forth fight that Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski won was. Early on in the year, I loved watching both these guys perform. Volkanovski going up in weight, and he actually made it so competitive. It was crazy. The whole place was going crazy when we were watching it. It was absolutely amazing. So, the delayed clap for Fight of the Year, Volkanovski versus Makhachev, or I said that backwards, but still, you get the point. It was one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. It was some of the most hype that I've ever had watching this sport. All right, guys, let's talk about Knockout of the Year 2023. Knockout of the Year 2023, we've had some very good knockouts. I thought about putting Israel Adesanya knocking out Alex Pereira. That was really almost there. Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell with a little bit of recency bias, but at the end of the day, it was still like a really good knockout. But I thought the best knockout was the kick that Roman Kopylov hit Claudio Ribeiro with. Oh my God, I was left going, whoo, watching that, and Kopylov stormed onto the scene. People know who this dude is now. It was one of those kind of like scary KOs. It was beautifully set up, beautifully placed. Roman Kopylov gets the Knockout of the Year for the Clenbat Awards of 2023. But let's talk about Submission of the Year. Is it just me, or was there not like a ton of submissions that really made you go, wow, this year? I feel like the previous years had more, but maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to really put it up to, or maybe it's just because I feel like this submission is a little bit underwhelming, but it's not really. The Submission of the Year award of 2023 is going to Alexa Grasso for her win over Valentina Shevchenko. Little bit of a Luke Rockhold action there with Chris Weidman spinning and then ending up on your back, but Alexa Grasso capitalized on that absolutely beautifully. Sunk in the choke, come from behind win, kind of like Miesha Tate with Holly Holm. It worked out perfectly for her, and she dug in. She got the win. Alexa Grasso, Submission of the Year 2023. All right, guys, but let's not spend a lot of time on Upset of the Year 2023. I think we can all come into agreement on this one. The upset of 2023 is Sean Strickland versus Israel Adesanya. Man, was I counting this guy out. He absolutely destroyed my parlay that night. Israel Adesanya was lock of the week that week too. I gave him no chance. I feel like everybody gave him no chance, though. To be fair to me, I thought like there was no shot that Sean Strickland could have possibly won this fight. This was not only one of the biggest upsets of the year, or the biggest upset of the year, this, in my opinion, was one of the greatest upsets of all time in MMA. Sean Strickland's great. I just thought Israel Adesanya's style would be way too much for him. Pick him apart. It would be easy fight for him. But Sean Strickland definitely has the upset of the year of 2023. All right, guys, let's talk breakthrough fighter of the year of 2023. And like a couple other fighters on this list, this one was an absolute 100% for me. I didn't have to think about it. Don't get me wrong. I did take a look at other fighters, but none of them broke through like Benoit Saint Denis did in 2023. What a fantastic fighter, fantastic performance. This guy took out the train that Ismael Bonfim was. He destroyed Thiago Moises and then destroyed Matt Frevola. This dude is not only a scary contender, a breakthrough fighter of the year, but this dude has every single little bit of potential that a fighter has to become champion in the UFC lightweight division. This dude is scary. This dude is on everybody's radar now, including mine. I think that Benoit Saint-Denis is absolutely the breakthrough fighter of the year. Now, guys, let's talk about Walkout of the year 2023. I wish I could play it for you, but of course, because of copyright reasons for multiple copyrighted material, I can't. But there were quite a few good walkouts. There really were. But none of them, and this says something. I'm one of the biggest haters of this fighter. Honestly, in the entire sport, I really, really don't like this guy. So if I'm saying this, I kind of feel like it's objectively the best walkout. The walkout of the year 2023 is Jon Jones coming out to fighting Cyril Gane. Jon Jones getting walkout of the year. Man, there was just something about that. It even got me in the feels a little bit with, I'm coming home, tell the world I'm coming home. It was just perfect for Jon Jones' big return. The big return at heavyweight. Honestly, not only was that walkout of the year 2023, but that's one of the best walkouts ever, man. It really was. All right, guys, let's talk about event of the year for 2023. Guys, the event of the year 2023, there was a few pretty good contenders, but to be honest with you, it's got to be UFC 287. Now, this comes with a little bit of bias because my bachelor party was also, we were watching it while we were all drinking and we were having a really, really good time. So I tried to look at this as objectively as I possibly could, but honestly, I thought the fights on there were fantastic. The whole card together was great. Let me read this off to you. We had Jacqueline Amaram versus Sam Hughes. We have Shaylin Nerdabaki taking on Steve Garcia. Ignacio Bahamondes versus Trey Ogden. We have Cynthia Calvillo versus Lupe Godinez. Gerald Meerschaert versus Joe Pyfer. Michelle Watterson-Gomez versus Luana Pinheiro. Chris Curtis versus Kelvin Gastelum. Raul Rosas Jr. versus Christian Rodriguez. Kevin Holland versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. Rob Font versus Adrian Yanez. Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. And Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya. Most of those fights were absolute bangers. So UFC 287, honestly, event of the year 2023, 100% UFC 287 in my opinion. All right, guys, I have one more award for you, and that is going to be Moment of the Year 2023. This one was the toughest for me to pick because there were such great ones. There was Yuri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira staring down at each other. Robbie Lawler retiring. Volkanovski screaming. Volkanovski having his performance of his life against Islam Makhachev. Angela Lee retiring. There were some absolutely fantastic moments, but none of them made me actually I'm not this kind of guy, guys. I'm really not, but I actually almost teared up at this moment. Can you guess what it is? It's the Korean Zombie's retirement. Something about him walking out, embracing the fans, going out on his shield, and the fans just embracing him, understanding he was done, and everybody singing, in your head, zombie, zombie, and him embracing his wife. It was one of the greatest moments in MMA history. Korean Zombie retiring gets Moment of the Year 2023, and there were a lot of fantastic ones, but none of them top this in my opinion. But guys, with that moment puts an end to this video today. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the video. Like I said, I want to have this much more structured in 2024. I want to have actual graphics. I want to have a suit on. I want to have this kind of awards show feeling to it. I want to have preparation for it. I want to get, because the channel is going to grow so much by then, I want to have community members vote on what specifically they liked, and not just in my opinion. I want to have my opinion. I want to have what everybody on the channel thought too. So I think that would be fantastic. Excuse me, somebody wants to come make the video with me. But guys, let me know what you thought about all this down below. Hopefully you still enjoyed. Let me know if you agreed or disagreed with any of them. I don't know if you can disagree with Moment of the Year though, to be honest with you. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video on the screen right now. If you'd like to continue watching the Clenbat channel, there'll be 2 videos on screen for you to check out. I will see you either there or in the next video, everybody. Take care.